This is what I know so far. Yesterday, May 14th, 2026, at 15:45, that's 3:45 p.m. local time, a Piper PA-28180, commonly referred to as a Cherokee, registration number November 7188 Whiskey, that's November 7188W, was involved in an accident in this residential area about 1.5 miles west-southwest of Akron Fulton Airport. The airport identifier is Alpha Kilo Romeo AKR. The airplane impacted a single-family home and exploded, and there was a substantial post-crash fire. Sadly, 2 persons on board were fatally injured, and our thoughts and prayers go out to their family and their friends. Of the 2 individuals on board, one was a certified flight instructor. The other one was the pilot owner of the aircraft. This was a training flight. They had departed Akron Fulton Airport about 2:03 p.m., flew about 30 or 40 miles south, did some standard flight training maneuvering, nothing relatively unremarkable at about 2,500 feet. They turned north and returned to the airport, where they did 2 approaches. The first approach appears, now this is preliminary information, appears it was a go-around. It doesn't look like they landed. That information could change once we look at the formal ATC, air traffic control data. During the second approach, they overflew the runway, and during that time, something upset the aircraft, and the aircraft was seen by credible witnesses and doorbell cameras spiraling out of the sky from about 1,000 feet, where it impacted the road behind me and subsequently struck the house. There were 3 people in the house, 2 children and the father. They were unharmed and were able to escape, and like I said, the pilots of the aircraft were fatally injured. So this is the on-scene part is a very small part of a much larger holistic process. A lot of the work that's going to go into this investigation is going to happen after we depart the on-scene. So we are documenting the wreckage. We are collating air traffic control data, any kind of communications. It's called the man, the machine, and the environment. The human, machine, the environment. The human being is the pilot, their qualifications, how much time they spend in the aircraft, how many total hours they had, both of them, both the instructor and the pilot who owned the aircraft. How familiar were they with this particular aircraft and the avionics package that was involved? The machine, the technical aspects, the engineering aspects of the airplane. We are looking closely to ensure or to see if there was any kind of catastrophic failure of a flight control system or of an engine. That's why Piper and Lycoming are joining me on scene, because they are the experts, and they can help with that. I also have people back in Washington, D.C. doing a weather study. Now, from what I understand, the weather was actually quite nice yesterday, although the winds were pretty significant, gusting up to 25 knots. So that's something that we're looking into, and they're going to provide a weather study for us to collate all that information. And we're putting all that information together to kind of form a bigger picture of what could have caused this airplane to crash.